So good evening and welcome to Abundance Magic. So this is the one question I get asked all the time. How do I use my spell work for actual physical, tangible gain? And there are people who will tell you that the craft is not for gain. Bullshit. The craft's for whatever you want to use it for. Okay. If you use your gifts for yourself, you will be punished. No, you won't. That's bullshit. Shut the fuck up. That's not how it works. Abundance is a state of mind. It is not a financial output. It is not how much you can acquire. Abundance is a status within your existence. So when you're in alignment, you have an abundance of calm or an abundance of drive. So when you're doing this stuff, I want you to, first of all and foremost, any abundance work, you're going to start with doing alignment, gratitude work, and being thankful for where you are. Because if you're not thankful for what you have, the universe is not going to give you more. Okay. First rule of thumb. Okay. So tonight we're going to be thankful for the Zoom stream we have and not want for more because Zoom is having a very difficult time today. They are having an overabundance of issue with their supply today. So we're going to do the best we can with this. I know it's freezing. I'm really sorry, but there's not much we can do about it. I've written them at a couple sessions today and it's really froze up. So let's just give it some time, okay? So I know you're going to be like, oh, there's a lag. I'm frozen. Just be calm. I'll catch up. Be chill, man. Don't be unchill, okay? Let's do that. So you got this beautiful spell work PDF. So pretty. The pretty green bottle. I love the pretty green bottle. But you also see that I wrote some intense paraphrasing on these pages. You got like a paragraph on each page explaining where that's going. I want you to go right to herbs to add to abundance spell work because if you're a witch and you're worth your salt, you know how to do a spell jar. I don't have to walk you through a spell jar. Anybody on TikTok can do a fucking spell jar, okay? Doesn't take massive brains to do a spell jar. You get a jar, you put some shit in it, you move forward, okay? Seal it up with some wax of your choice and move forward. What I want to talk about is content for spell work, okay? So this is where I think teachers drop short in abundance work. Abundance work is about using items in your apothecary that are pre-charged, okay? So let's talk about this concept of pre-charging ingredients. You guys are like, dude, I can't even believe she fucking is like going here. Like this is so like logistical and actual. Yeah, we're going to do an actual workshop tonight, okay? So when you do these items, you do new moon water, you do full moon water, you do eclipse water, you do Sabbath waters, you do equinox waters, okay? These equinoxes, these solstices, these Sabbaths, you should probably have like 20 different waters in your cabinet, okay? And water is not all water, okay? You don't have to have crystals in it. You don't have to have shit on it. It is the intention that that water is bottled on. First thing I want to talk to you about is properly diagnosing your ingredients. Okay. So I use diagnosing for a proper word because when a patient has an illness, you go with items that work for that illness, correct? Feed a cold, starve a fever. Okay. So most important element of any abundance work is the 4 elements. Okay. This is the core of your abundance work. I know no one else teaches it this way, and everybody's gonna be like, I never read this before. Tough shit. Welcome to the new world. Okay. We're doing feral work here. So fucking feral witchcraft is a lot different than what you're reading in these books. You're not taking my class to have me spit back information. You all fucking ready now. Okay. So we'll start there. Your waters are important. You don't want to use a dark moon water for an abundance spell work. They're 2 different intentions. You don't want to use eclipse water unless you're prepared for this to be a little uneasy and a little off kilter for you of what you expect. If you're willing to take any results for abundance, use that chaos water, use that eclipse water, use that equinox water, use that shit, okay? But what you need to understand is each of these moon phases have an intention. and the intention should match your spell work. So, what is the best kind of water to use in abundance spell work? New moon and waxing moon water. I would also suggest fertility water, which is Ostara, Litha, Beltane, those three right there. Those are what, and you're like, I don't have that water anymore, sissy. Okay, that's cool. We move on the next possible thing. There was a new moon that just happened. You should always at least put out a quart jar. Always have a spaghetti jar for emergencies. That's what I tell myself. I always have a spaghetti jar of water for each moon. Now, I was away on dark moon and new moon this time. So I don't have that water. But yes, I do. Because my 18-year-old daughter, who's not witchy at all, put out a jar of water for me. So I have a new moon water jar. I was very surprised when I came back and it had a big note on top of it. It said, "Hey, Mom, made you new moon water. Love you." And it was sitting in the fridge. So this is an important thing to have for your spell work. What else do you want to use for your spell work? What else is abundance items? When you think abundance, yeah, there's a list of spell work items that you should use. I get that. You know, you get the basil, bay leaf, cilantro, cinnamon, blah, 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 blah. What is abundant this time of year? You can go to the point right now to have an abundance altar. You don't have to have an abundance jar. You don't have to have an abundance wreath. You can have an entire altar made to your abundance for this season. It is Mabon. It is the abundance season, period. Corn is a great abundance item. People totally miss corn. Rice, anything that multiplies greatly to feed a huge number of people, great abundance item. My favorite abundance ingredient is flour. Flour is my favorite abundance ingredient. When you guys do a money bowl, you use rice, you use corn. I use flour. And I use flour, apple seeds, and I use corn. And I put that big bowl on my altar. I never use rice. It wasn't part of my upbringing, not something I use. So it's not something that's used in my home for abundance work. Many people use it for their money bowls. Great option. Beans. Anything that multiplies to great number with a little bit of effort is a great abundance item. So first of the year, people eat collard greens and split peas, right? What black-eyed peas, right? In the South. I know many witches from down south use black-eyed peas in their abundance work. Whatever calls to you for an abundant outcry, what would you feed a lot of people with a little bit of money? Pasta, rice, flour, the things that require effort to bring forward. What does this tell you? You're going to have to put effort into the spell work. You do not put a money bowl, sit and go, "There's the money bowl. Have a great day." It's not how it works. It's not how any of this works. This is not the plan. We need a new plan. You need to feed your money bowl daily. You need to feed your spell jars daily. You need to shake them bitches. You need to shake them up and talk to them. I need fucking money in my pocket. Come on. You need to shake those jars and you need to get them moving. Some of you are like, "Well, I did a money candle and nothing came of it." Well, how many days did you burn it? Well, just once on new moon. There's a whole waxing moon. Why are you not using all that time to work on your magic? The problem is we have a whole, community of people who want instant results. This is not a PDF downloadable magic. Abundance magic takes effort, period. And if you're not willing to take that effort and put it forward, you're not going to get anything. So when I think abundance candle around everywhere, around all that's taught, first thing that comes to my mind is a green candle. How about you guys? It's always a green candle. About 3 years ago, I started doing my abundance work with apples. So I cut them in half. I take out the seeds. I save the seeds in a separate jar. They're actually in a little votive holder on my windowsill in my kitchen because that's where I do most of my work. So why wouldn't I put my ingredients where they're going to get the most attention and energy from me? They hang out on my windowsill in my kitchen. I spend about 60 minutes a day doing dishes. It's my thing. I listen to books and I do dishes. I have a beautiful dishwasher that I do not use. I find doing dishes a therapeutic exercise for me. It allows me to do busy work with my physical body and use my mind and walk. Okay. You don't have to be there when you're doing dishes. It's almost a robotic exercise. Okay. So when I'm doing this apple, I cut it in half. I put the seeds on my windowsill and I take a small spoon and I scoop it out and I put in a votive candle. Tea lights are great because you can lift them in and out as they burn. But I also have the ability to carve that apple, put a sigil in it, put a design in it with cloves, just like you do a pomander. I do that with my apples. If you're at my house, there's a chance you will see a very ugly brown apple on my altar with cloves driven into it because that's how I do my sigil work on apples. Number one, when the apple lights on fire by accident and that candle warms it up, it smells fucking amazing. You're not going to have a stinky burning candle smell. You're going to have a beautiful roasted apple smell through your house. So it does two jobs. It's an air freshener and it's spell work. When I'm done with these apples, I take the candle out of it and I throw it out for the animals. The animals don't care that it was used for spell work, but I'm taking the abundance I got from that candle and giving it to the wildlife to be doubly abundant. It's not lost, it's not wasted, it's given to something else in return. The most important part of abundance work, the secret to abundance work, is what you do with what you receive. Nothing you use in abundance work should go to waste. I know witches who eat the rice from their money bowls. They eat it. They don't care it's been sitting on their altar. They don't give a shit that there's been pennies sitting in it. They eat it. Because if they don't put that into them or feed it out, it loses its validity. We have to start thinking about our spell work as a living, breathing entity we're creating. You're breathing life into this spell work. And if you don't continue resuscitating your spell work, it's going to die. You cannot let a spell sit somber. It will not prosper. I hear people tell me all the time, oh, I made a hex bottle for them and I put it in the corner. How do you know it's working? How do you know it's moving? If you're really vested in what you're making, you're going to pay attention to it. So I know when you're looking through this PDF, you look at this and you go, simmer pots. I never thought about that. Anything that brings harmony in your home is an abundance spell. So that brings yellow candles into the fucking mix. We only think green. What about yellow? Harmony is abundance. How many of you would just like a peaceful fucking day? I hear so many people on a Monday, I just hope to get through this day peacefully. I just want a peaceful fucking day. That's abundance spell work. Speak that shit into existence. Get yourself a yellow candle. I'm going to blow your mind right now. Crayola crayons are $1.75 for a 24 pack. They have a yellow crayon in them, right? You can burn a Crayola candle. It is completely safe. If you stick that candle down in an apple, you can burn a Crayola candle. I wouldn't recommend you huff over it, but if you're in a pinch and you want a yellow candle, you got a yellow candle. And all the moms are going, I have so many broken crayons at my house. There you go. That paper around them, it's a great way to light them. I have taken to wrapping a corn cob after I take the corn off of it for use and using the corn cob as an abundance candle. I do those outside. Those are not an inside candle because they burn really, really quick. But the Indian corn you get at Halloween, those are fantastic Samhain abundance veil candles. Just a little clue, that's what's going to be in your ancestor kit. So when you look at that ancestor kit, that is a corn cob candle. I dip it in wax, wrap it with a wick. Sometimes I drill it right down the center and put a wick through it. Use all of the abundant items. But the yellow candle is a beautiful harmony item. Some of you are like, I can't get any peace. I can't get any abundance because I feel like I'm bound. Unbind yourself. Start your new moon by unbinding yourself. It's a beautiful notion. You take a white or black candle, you wrap it with a string all the way around, and you burn the string off. Then you burn the candle. Yeah, the candle's going to be scarred. Yeah, the candle's going to be different. When you unbind yourself and that candle shows the wear and tear and the burning from you burning that string, you're going to see how bound you were. Some of you have bound yourself that your magic won't work. You bind yourself with expectations. You bind yourself with questions. You bind yourself with limitations. Most of all, you bind yourself with other people's fucking opinions of you. And that's not going to help you. And we are always, always, always going to let someone else's opinion bother us. It's human nature. Being well within yourself is stepping back and saying, okay, this is where I am. This is where I need to be. That's why it's a phase, ladies. That's why it's a continuous cycle, because you're going to fall off the cycle every once in a while and you got to get back on. Did you ever ride a bike? Did you ever fall on your ass? Because I know I did. I mean, I rented a scooter in Louisville. That didn't go too good the first day. I fell flat on my ass. Okay. Husband had a good laugh. It was good for everybody. But the second time I rode the scooter, I was fine. Okay. So I want you to think about this. How many times are you doing spell work that it is not working for you? You need to consider this. Why is your abundance work not working the way you want it to? How are you limiting yourself? I want you to look at the last time you did an abundance spell. See the results of it. Are you writing your spell work down? Doubt you are. A lot of people do not write their spell work down. They're lazy. I am one of them. I step into the spell work, I flow with it, and I totally forget to write it down. So what I've been doing is taking a piece of paper, writing out the ingredients I used after I've done the work, writing my intention at the moment, and then revisiting it about a week later to see how I feel about what I wrote. And if that's relevant to me anymore, or if I've seen results. It is okay to change the spell work to suit your needs. You are the witch. I am not the witch. Your friend is not the witch. The other educators you come across are not the witch. You are. What works for you? Believe me, I tried the rice bowls. I tried the corn bowls with everybody. I sit there, I'm like, what do I work in? I work in fucking flour. Why am I trying to make something that I don't know how to make? Threw that water out there. I actually started taking that flour, adding water and the herbs that I used in the bowl in the spell work bowl and making a dough bowl and letting it dry and putting it on my altar for a long period of time. Is it good after like 3 or 4 weeks? No. But I've made something at that point that I feel comfortable with and I can hold and it's tangible and I can feel the energy in it. How many of you are doing spell work that you can feel the energy? A lot of people tell me they don't feel the energy anymore. They're not feeling it. It's not flowing through them. Why? Because sometimes you need to unbind yourself to make the abundance flow. Sometimes you need to find that missing link between the moon phases, between your connection to make that magic flow. So simmer pots are a great way to do that because you can start with a simmer pot. You can drain out the ingredients after you've done it all day. You'll have a nice smaller amount of water in there when you're done. I love crock pots for simmer pots. Absolutely love them. A lot of witches disagree, but an electric cauldron is a great way to have a simmer pot. You can buy a small electric cauldron anyway, leave the lid off, cook all day and you'll smell it all day. When you have about 2 to 3 inches of water left in that simmer pot, pull the ingredients, put it in a quart jar, set it in your refrigerator, half water, half that in a small bottle, and you have a room spray. Not only did you get a whole day of spell work out of that, but you're going to get some bottles of that abundance spray for you to use going forward. So think about that. It's a longer lasting abundance spray. I have about this much in my fridge from Yule last year. And whenever my family's coming over, I spray the whole house with it. I run around with my little spray bottle and I spray the whole house because that was a time there was a whole house full of people. Everybody was happy. Everybody was content. And I want to carry that energy into the next gathering. So what are you doing to continue that? You have to ask yourself that. How am I carrying over the emotions and energy I'm feeling into other parts of my craft? Okay. So I gave you 2 simmer pots to take a look at. The rosemary mint is my favorite one. It's very versatile, but it's very effective. Rosemary is very protective, mint's very abundant, and then you have the salt for the extra layer of protection. This is the spray I carry in my purse. That rosemary mint simmer pot is the spray I carry in my purse. That's my clearing spray for when I go in places. Lots of people make me clearing sprays. That's the one I carry. And occasionally I'll add a couple drops of bergamot oil to it, shake it up, and I love that spray. I wear that all the time. I'm a bergamot juniper whore. You come to my house, you will smell bergamot and juniper everywhere. My husband can't stand it during winter. He said if he has to smell one more pine tree or juniper berry, he's going to explode because it's hard for him. That's like his breaking point. So I'm going to tell you about my favorite abundance spell work. Favorite. So the Dollar Tree has wreaths, right? They're everywhere in the Dollar Tree. Take the back of that wreath and pack it with cardboard or just paper or liner really well. Sage, basil, rosemary, oranges slices, apple slices. Get them all out. Get them all out. Do them all, okay? I don't care how big the wreath is. I have wreaths this big. I have wreaths this big, and I have a wreath this big. The wreath this big has natural bay leaves on it that I harvested at the beach. And they're like this big, okay? That's downstairs in my bottom bedroom. And you make a wreath out of all these items. And then you make small trinkets or satchels, those little grab bags that we all use. In kits, when you get a sissy kit, you get like 6 or 7 of those little bags. And I know you bitches hoard everything you get. So listen, take those little bags, put your intentions on them, and tie them on your wreaths. Make little poppets. Take small pieces of fabric from a shirt. Fill them with your intentions. Sew them on the wreath. You can be crafty. I fucking promise. And this is a great way to be crafty. An abundance wreath is how you should greet people to your home. When you walk to my front door, you see a teardrop shaped wreath. It's a big oval and it crosses like this at the top. And I have a triple moon set of bells hanging from it that I got from Val, who's in this group. So as a gift from my friend on the wreath, and there are trinkets tied to the wreath all on the back. Nobody can see them, of all my sister circle. And that is the abundance wreath that greets you at my front door. The grapevine's from my yard. The trinkets are from my friends. The bell is from one of my best friends. And I put herbs freshly on it all the time. That wreath has not changed in 2 years. The adornments have changed because the intentions have changed. I love an orange and rosemary wreath in your kitchen or your foyer for harmony. Your kitchen wreath can be rosemary, pine, whatever you choose from your yard. Put that in your kitchen. These wreaths are a groundbreaking way to decorate your home. And they should be all of natural things. They don't have to be the fancy feathers you get from the fucking Michaels or all the Halloween wreaths you're seeing or all the fucking tool shit. I have the tool wreaths all over my house because people give them to me as gifts. Like I have a wicked one and I have a the witches in one. I'm sure you've seen them in lives. You've seen them behind my head. Those are not the wreaths that I love to decorate my home with. These are the wreaths I learned to decorate my home with. Brooms, abundance brooms above your doorways. Load those bitches up with cinnamon for protection. Put some really good intentions. Again, tie a little bag on it, a sachet, a charm bag per se, and get them hung in your homes. Besoms don't have to be this big all the time. They can be this big. Because I know some of you are like, bitch, I don't have that much room in my house. I'm like, okay, I got it. Make a small besom. Doesn't have to be big. If you got a Maybon kit from me, you got one of the small besoms. And they were adorable. I sat down to make them. I went up to the orchard, got apple branches and wrapped them with lavender and wheat. They were something small. But it's amazing how something small like that can change the whole energy of an area. So when you're doing your abundance work, I want you to really dig deep and focus on number one, the meaning of what you're using. Number two, cleansing the energy and the space you're using, checking yourself and make sure you're ready for it. So you're all not going to like what I say next, but I'm going to say it. Journal about what you want and how you'll use it before you ask for it. Some of us are forgetting the most important part of spell work, the intention. As we all know, gas is really expensive. Okay. We're driving cars around and gas is really expensive. In magic, you're wasting your money if you have no intention. Magic is not magic unless you have intention. It is just words spoken to the air that nothing will result with if you have no fortitude to back it up. They won't give you a loan at the bank to open a small business if you don't have a business plan. They won't give you a brand new car if you don't have a job. They won't give you a house if you don't have any credit. I am sick and tired of watching the witch world give you spell work and you have no ability to support it. You have to know how to support your craft. That means you as a witch need to be well. Your intention needs to be aligned. And when you manifest, you need to know what you're going to do with it. You know, it's like a little kid running around at trick or treat and they have the big bag of candy and they get home. What does every little kid want to do when they get home with their candy? Eat it all. They want to eat it all. Double fist it, not go to bed, eat it all. If we just learn to have a plan, good moms are like, let's have 2 pieces and you can have more tomorrow. Me, I'm just like, fucking knock yourselves out. I'm going to bed. You know, it's like, I'm not having this fight with you. I feel like sometimes this is how the witch world is operating. Fuck it. We're not going to have the fight with you. We're not going to tell you you have to do these things because you're just going to put up a fight. It's my magic and I can do it the way I want it. Awesome. It's your magic. Do it the way you want it. But if you don't put some fucking work behind it and you don't put some fucking research behind it and you don't put some fucking intention behind it, you might as well be doing your work in vain. It's not going to amount to shit. And some of you have such fucking amazing intentions, amazing skill levels, and you fall short on the planet. And that's where it comes in hand. I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing at me because I do the same exact thing. I asked the universe to give me things, and I'm like, oh shit, there it is. And I wasn't ready. And it happens a lot. You get an opportunity, you get money in, and you're not prepared to handle it. You get blessings that you're not prepared to handle, and you squander them because you weren't thinking how you're going to handle it when it came in. You know, I got a message the other day from somebody, I lost my job and I've been praying for a better opportunity and now I'm stuck. No, you're not. The door has opened. The door has opened. Now, where are you going? Some of us react with panic when the universe gives us what we need and what we want. Instead of saying, thanks for opening the door, I'm going to walk out and see what happens. Stop panicking when you get what you ask for. Fucking make the choice and move forward. You know, we're talking Persephone over there in the MVP area, okay? And we're talking Witch of Endor over in Exiled, all right? Both of these ladies, shall we say ladies, had choice. Abundance is a choice. You can choose to be thankful for what you're given, or you can bitch about what you didn't have. That is the difference between entitled people and thankful people. And as witches, we are not assured or guaranteed anything. So stop asking like you're entitled to it. If you speak it into manifesting, then you need to fucking earn it to get it. Don't say, I want to wear a size 6 when you're like a 22. And every time it's time to go to the gym, you're like, no, I'm not going to go. That's not going to get you there, my friends. It's not going to get you there. Twinkies, Diet Coke, and no gym days don't get you from 250 pounds to 150 pounds. Doesn't happen. It's not reality. Okay? So in your spell work, you need to be very realistic about what you can accomplish. Okay? I'm sorry. I know some of you are like, fuck this bitch. Cool, fuck this bitch. I'm cool with that. But you have to stop expecting the universe to just hand you things. That's not how manifesting works. It's a lot of fucking hard work. It's a lot of fucking mindset. It's a lot of fucking expectation of yourself. I want to be a witch in a year. A lot of you do the year in a day course, okay? You pay a lot of money for the year in a day course when you do it, from what I understand. And they still come out not knowing elements, not knowing intention, not knowing about moon phases, because they didn't apply themselves in the year and the day. They just did the year and the day. Can you just apply yourself in waxing moon, feed the intention, do the spell work, and move forward? You know what, Jasmine? I think a lot of them learn to just check off the boxes and move forward. I just saw Jasmine's question, because that's what I hear a lot in the witch world now. Oh, I did that class. Oh, I did that class. Oh, I read that book. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did that. I'm going to be real honest with you. In the witch world, you don't just read a book. You don't just read a book. You devour a book. A book fucking reads you. That book will give you the message you need. I'm learning that hard lesson right now with Miss Dolsky's grimoire. It is not the lesson I thought I would be learning. When you read a book, when you take a class, when you do a spell work, that you stand back 2 days later and go, wow, that was a lot. You're doing it right. Witch work should leave an imprint on your soul. There should be footprints all over your soul of the things you've accomplished. When other witches see you, they go, that bitch there, she's seen some shit. She's done some shit. I need to know that shit. Because there are women in this circle, when I talk to them, I'm like, she's done the work. You can tell she's done the work by her words, her mannerisms, her responses to things. She's done the work. And some of us are skipping steps, and it's not helping. This is a circle. And if we all can't call each other out on things, there's no point in being here. Because a circle is not only about, hey, yo, you doing good, girl. It's also, hey, yo, bitch. Like, what are you doing? I love you, but why are you expecting miracles when you're not fucking meeting the molehills? There are mountains and molehills in magic. Okay. Molehills are the little things. Okay. So daily gratitude, some journaling, maybe a self care bath. And then there's mountains, shadow work, elemental focus, spell work. Those are mountains. You can't climb Everest unless you've climbed the backyard hill. Sorry. That's reality. There are ways that things work in this witch world, and it's not all just given to you. Everybody's like, Sissy's changed so much. Yeah, Sissy has. I've seen shit. I've seen a lot of shit in the past year. I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen shit that I didn't want to see. I'm mostly about myself. There are no shortcuts in the craft. And so many of us have been using shortcuts for so long. I'm guilty of it. I'll slap a sigil on the side of a candle sometimes instead of drawing it myself. Like I'll reference a sigil from previous work. Sigils are to be drawn every time you use them. A symbol is something you can reuse. This is realities. Some of us old broads have gotten real lazy. We'll tell you we have. Like, yeah, probably should have done like a little more work on that. Yeah, I probably should. You're right. We should have. And we're a bad example for you guys sometimes, the younger witches. We are. We're a bad fucking example because we're showing you a shortcut to abundance. There is no shortcut. Hard work is how you get there. That's hard work in your witch work. And you're like, so how do I journal about this? What do you want? What are you willing to do? What is the spell work you would like to do for it? And what result are you seeking? Flip the page. How did it work? You have to have the how am I doing discussion with yourself. If you don't have the how am I doing, it's not going to work out. You don't have to ask other people how you're doing, but you have to check in with you. It's a great idea at full moon to look in on yourself at your journal and go, yeah, did that work? I don't think that worked. Maybe I didn't put as much into it. We're all guilty of it. Life fucking happens. The muggle struggle happens, but it doesn't exonerate you from the laziness. Sorry, not sorry. Tasha?
I totally agree on that. But also for me, it was no recognizing that you're getting what you've asked for. That was huge with me because when I lived in my apartment over 2 years ago, I kept, I did two big things and I asked, I wanted a home. I was tired and desperate and wanted out of that apartment. We had a dog, I wanted to be able to have a garden, have that space. And then I did another one and nothing, and I was looking for a home at the time. And then COVID hit and I had moved into my aunt's home. Well, I'm here 2 years later. And so it wasn't until about a little over a year that I was here that I realized I had gotten what I asked for. Somewhere where I felt safe, where I could have a garden, a yard for my dog, free, And I went, huh, and it took me a long time to recognize. I think is how it's given to us. We need to keep our eyes open for that too. At least I do, because I didn't recognize it right away that I'd got exactly what I asked for. That safety, that home. And I was like, wow, kind of blown away. And like, I kind of felt like a selfish little spoiled crybaby little bitch because I was like, I didn't get what I wanted, but I did once I sat back, and I'm grateful for that. So yeah.
I mean, over a year ago, I started the circle intensely on Facebook. And I asked the ladies to volunteer. And we got a couple people that said something, but not a whole lot of people. And I was looking at the page when I was away because, when you're away, you have a ability to step out of where you normally are and just look at things. And I failed to realize just how much you guys have stepped up as sisters. I saw Lynn's post about the Sabbath. I saw the wellness witch area. I saw you guys interacting with one another. And I'm like, fucking A, I did it. I fucking was able to set this into motion and they took the reins and ran with it. And it's such a moment of fucking it, I manifested that shit. Like I said, this is what I wanted to create, and there it is. No, it's not a toot toot my own horn moment. It's a I put it in you guys' hands, and you guys are all doing the work to manifest it as well. Talk about group spell work. Our fucking circle is group spell work. It is abundant group spell work. Think about it right now. We have a candle going for the ladies in Florida. We have candles going for other women who are having struggles. We have other people helping each other with mental health. We have other people sharing Sabbath information. This is a well oiled fucking manifesting machine. You're all working to help one another. And yeah, there's moments that suck. I get it. There's moments that suck, okay? The logins don't work, the fucking email doesn't work. I get it. There's moments that suck. But can we just stop and sit back and look at what we've all accomplished together? That's pretty fucking amazing. And I don't know many groups of women that have this many women that get along this well. Yeah, we have shit storms once in a while. It happens. But in reality, we have managed an abundant circle. We have managed a supportive situation. What are you doing for yourself to provide the same level of support in your life? I know you all want more. You all have abundance issues that you want to solve. Some of them are money, some of them are family, some of them are space. I know some women that space is a huge abundant issue for them. They needed a bigger space. They need to be able to work more. Some people, I want more friends, but I like have this dragon sitting at the door that I can't fight. I can't fight my fear of being hurt by other people. And I don't reach out and I don't conform and I don't become part of things because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of being judged. I'm afraid of being hurt. You have to control those fears in abundance work. Because believe it or not, some of you are fucking afraid of being successful. You're afraid of having more because you don't know how to fucking handle it. It is a very hard ledge to sit on. For some of us, it's emotional suicide jumping into new relationships with people because we don't know what they will hold. And we don't know how they will affect us. That has to do with success as well. Some people hold back from going to bigger because they're comfortable in the small pond they're in. Doesn't help you. Mary?
I just want to share that yesterday I was having a horrible, sad day because I think all of you know the story about what's going on with me and my daughter. And yesterday was National Daughters Day. So I'm on Facebook and looking at all my friends and everybody with the pictures of their daughters and things they're doing with their daughters. And I love my mom and I love my daughter. And I'm in tears all day long. Now, every night I do a ritual that includes love, and I have a piece of kunzite, which is family healing stone, and a bracelet. And I couldn't believe what happened yesterday because last night I was talking to my friend, I was texting with her, and I was saying how upset I was, and I don't know what's wrong with her. It's been 4 years, and oh my God, and she doesn't answer my texts or anything. In the middle of that conversation, my daughter texted me. 4 years we haven't spoken or seen each other. I was in shock. Shock. I couldn't even believe it.
I can, Mary. I
I
can so
couldn't even
fucking
believe
believe
it.
it. I'm so happy to hear you say this.
And you know, somebody told me that the new moon in Libra was the night before. And they said that that was a special moon for relationship restoration.
It is. It is. It really is. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's nothing short of a fucking miracle, is it?
It is. It really is.
So
And
I have been
the other
burning
major,
I have been
the other,
burning a candle on my altar for you since you said that story. I'm so happy to hear you fucking say that.
With all
I
that hard
couldn't
work
believe
she's
it.
been doing, of course,
I
something
know.
positive had to come from that hard work
Fucking
of all that
amazing.
release you did, Mary. Something positive had to come from that, and I'm happy for you.
I
Susie's
mean,
making
it's,
me
you know,
cry now. You're
it's a step in the right direction. I mean, she didn't say much, but she said, I just wanted to let you know that I have been reading your texts all along. And I'm so glad that you're doing so well and wonderful. And I'm doing great too. And she was telling me about what's going on with her. And she said, I don't know if I'm ready to see you yet or talk with you, but we can keep in touch this way. I am listening.
And that meant
That's
the
a,
world to me.
it meant the world. My heart just was actually red and happy again
That's
instead
fucking
of
awesome.
cold and gone.
Oh man, it just takes me back to my church days. Can I just say this? The goddess is good all the time. What an amazing thing. Like, seriously, that is like, dude, if you don't believe in fucking new moon astrology, that just fucking blew your ass out of the water. I'm sorry. That's some
I,
fucking new moon astrology shit there. I'm sorry. I can't, there's no other way to describe that. What a fucking amazing event to happen at that moon for you.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's
and the
awesome.
other thing, that's not the only thing. I mean, all these months, it's like every new moon, same intention, same intention, same intentions. And the other part of it is that I live in such a shithole that is drug infested and just horrible. It's awful. And Thursday, I have a showing at another apartment.
Boy, when you got rid of that anger off your shoulder, man, did shit change
Yeah,
for you, didn't it?
yeah, yeah.
That's some good work. I'm impressed. Gold star, Mary. Gold fucking star. I'm impressed. I don't give those out very often. That's a fucking gold star. I'm impressed. So that's abundance work, ladies, right there. That's the same intention, feeding it with work, sending the text messages, following it up. That's some gas in the tank, Mary. I'm super impressed. That right there makes all the circle shit important. Because do you think without your circle supporting you, you would have continued so hard?
Probably not. I mean, yesterday I was at the end of my rope. I was ready
That's
to
the
give
shit,
up.
man. And you didn't, though, did you?
No,
There you
no,
go.
no.
Persistence. You want to
Yeah.
succeed with abundance work? Persistence.
Mhm.
You do the work on yourself. You set yourself up for success. And you didn't even know how to respond to her when she wrote you back, did you?
I didn't even know what to say. I couldn't believe that she was actually answering me.
And it was a positive answer.
Yeah, it was. At the end of it, she said, okay, take care of yourself.
Good. Guess what? You got the door open, mama.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe the holidays won't be so bad.
Hey, no, the holidays will be amazing.
Positivity.
That's how we're going to say that. The holidays will be amazing. Because that's how it works. You don't fucking give it doubt. You don't fucking give it an edge of doubt. The holidays will be amazing. Don't give yourself the pessimistic undertone at all. Don't undercut your spell work. That's a really important part.
Mhm.
Don't undercut your spell work with negative thoughts. Because when people don't get what they want right away, they poo-poo on what they've done. Are you impressed? I didn't say shit on it. I said poo-poo. That was pretty impressive. So, we're moving in the right direction. The editor will be pleased. Less fucks today. So when you're moving in these directions, hey, you know, Mary, baby steps, okay? Thank you for sharing, Mary. That's so fucking awesome. Thank you.
Thank you all for being there for me and helping me through it.
So when you guys are doing this abundance work, I want you to use these points and move them through it and move yourself through this as a step-by-step process. Okay. Anybody have questions about understanding the abundance work or anything like that? You're all like, no, I don't have any questions. Okay. So I'm going to send this out as a replay. You'll get the link for YouTube that you guys can watch it. I am working on an abundance like blueprint. So as soon as I have that finished for the website, I will send it out to you guys because you all got the class. I want to give the new brooms a spell work blueprint for working through things because it's a question I get a lot in that, ask the vulva area. How do I do spell work? And I really wanted to make a blueprint. So that you guys will get the first dose of the abundance one. I'll make sure you guys get it first. If you guys don't have any other questions, we're going to call it a night and you guys have a very safe night. Please light a candle for your sisters in the path of the hurricane. This is some serious shit.
Yeah.
And there's no positive way to say this. We need to hold space for them. And we need to cover them in our goddess's cloak and keep them safe. That's our job. This is your time to shine, ladies. Your time to shine. Get your candles going. Get them sitting in salt and get them ready. Hey, you know what? Protection works in all kinds of ways. Get your cloves out. Get your cinnamon out. Get your apple slices out. Get those candles sitting on them and get them burning. We have a sister circle and it's our responsibility to keep each other safe. Thank you for coming tonight. You're magic because you fucking say you are. Good job, Mary. Gold star tonight. And
Thank
you
you.
all take care. Have a good one, ladies.